So a few days ago, Johnnyboy hosted a 1v1 freestyle show match between OSM and Forky. There were so many cool goals scored in this show match, but most outstanding to me were the double flip resets and triple flip resets attempted by OSM and sometimes by Forky. But OSM could hit these doubles so consistently and almost hit a few triples, which I thought was so cool. So I thought this is something that I have to try and learn because, you know, it just looks so cool. And as you know, I'm trying to improve my mechanical vocabulary. So this is something I tried to learn and actually got pretty good at. So this is my tutorial and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's first of all talk about the dodge you need to use. So in my experience, the best way to actually get control of the ball and to get the second reset and actually follow the ball after that is to do a diagonal dodge with a cancel. Now this isn't to say that any other dodge won't work, because I've done it with front flips, I've done it with side flips, I've even done it with back flips. So every single dodge can work in a situation. It's just that if you want to learn it consistently, I think a diagonal dodge with a cancel will be the best. Now I'm going to teach you exactly how to manipulate that cancel so you can get these resets from many different angles that may seem awkward initially. So the first cancel manipulation we're going to talk about is making your car as narrow as possible. So what you want to do is you want to do your diagonal dodge and then cancel it as straight down as you can, and you can see the car will remain in almost a straight line the whole way. So the second manipulation we're going to talk about is making it as wide as possible, because this may be a ball's moving too far to your right hand side and you need to catch it. So this would be just moving it as horizontal as you can, and you can see how the car's facing the wall at that point. The third cancel manipulation is somewhere in between those two, where it's not quite as wide and it's not quite as narrow, but it's somewhere in between. So you can see the way you have to sort of manipulate these cancels, because maybe your ball is going too far, so you have to make it as wide as possible. Maybe your ball is too close to you, so you have to make it as narrow as possible, and maybe the ball's in between. So you kind of have to adjust and know exactly how you have to do these cancels. So hopefully that helps you with the dodges side. Alright, so now we're going to go through one of my shots that I've done and explain it step by step so you guys can see exactly how I do it. Every single detail I'm going to go through, so hopefully you guys can learn it pretty quickly. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright, so you want to get the ball rolling towards the wall at a good speed. I'd say the kind of speed you would do a controlled air dribble at. So not too fast, not too slow, just a nice gentle speed that you can get the ball rolling up towards the wall at. Alright, so where to hit the ball? So my best advice would be, if you want to visualize this, that you want to get the ball as close to the ceiling as possible, as well as it moving slowly towards the goal. So you want to continue its momentum towards the goal. So if you actually see the way I'm driving towards the ball, you see the angle. So I'm kind of just left off the center of the ball when I'm hitting it. So it's going towards the ceiling, moving slowly towards the goal. The importance of this is when I get my first reset, I'm actually able to follow up a slow moving ball towards the goal. That is so important because it just makes it all easier to get the second reset, because firstly, just catching the reset on a slow moving ball is easier, and secondly, if it's moving faster, then it's a lot harder to control a fast moving ball. It'll probably just bounce off my car and I won't be able to get the control on it. Alright, so this next point isn't exactly vital, but it does really help me in getting my first reset. So what I do is, after I've touched the ball off the wall, I do a little bit of a break for a really short amount of time, and then I follow the ball. Now what this does is it creates a distance between me and the ball that's a little bit greater. With a greater distance, it allows me more time to maneuver into the correct position to get the reset. As I said, this isn't needed 100%, as I have been able to do these double resets without the need of doing the braking, but I do think if it gives you a bit more time to get it and, you know, get in the right position, it will obviously make your whole shot a little bit more precise and better. So for getting the initial reset, I've decided to use a different clip, and the reason for this is because on the initial clip I was using, it actually wasn't very easy for me to get that reset, and I could only recover positions like that on the 6th or 7th day of my training on this mechanic. So because of that, I'm going to use this clip. But don't worry, there is a reason why I had used that clip in particular in the first place, which I'll come to in a minute. But let's explain how to get the first reset and how to make it as easy on yourself as possible. So when you're going for the initial reset, you want your car to be quite high up on the ball for that reset. You can see my wheels are about the midline, maybe even a bit higher than the midline of the ball. So because of this, this means when the ball pushes back on my car won't drop down too far below the ball, which means I can do anything. I can take a shot, I can air dribble, and in this case, I can do a second reset onto the ball. And this replay really gives you a better view of how high I actually got on the reset. So there's one more thing I want you guys to notice, and that's how I actually get into a good position after the reset. So essentially what I'm doing is, as I'm approaching the ball, I am cutting the ball in half. And I want to aim on the right hand side of the center, just a little bit to the right hand side of the center. And when I get that reset, I should slide off to the right hand side, and then I should be able to get a really nice position with the high reset that allows me to follow up with the second dodge. So again, just slice the ball in half, aim a little bit to the right hand side so you can slide off to the side and actually get a second reset. So finally we come to the second reset. Now after you get your first reset, all you have to do is right side up your car and tilt it at this exact angle. Now any diagonal dodge with a cancel you do will probably get you a reset. The thing is that you have to know how to manipulate the cancels properly in order to be able to follow up the ball afterwards and get a good shot. So the reason why I used this clip at the beginning and then didn't show you how to do the first resets with this clip is because the first reset was actually quite awkward, and really the only reason I was able to rectify that is because I could do the flip cancel on the diagonal dodge really well, and actually I hit that really perfectly, that flip cancel. And that's because I did a really wide flip cancel. So I made it as wide as possible, and I was able to get a really nice flip cancel because the ball was almost like behind me. So I had to sort of do a dodge and cancel it in a way that I had to wait for the ball to come wide, and then I could get the reset. But yeah, like that's the whole reason I showed you that clip, and just to show you how important it is to really understand your flip cancels and really be able to manipulate them in a way that can always get you a really nice shot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much everything. So hopefully you guys can learn that pretty quickly. Well, quicker than me, because I took a long time to learn it, because you know, I was just watching OSM do it and it was like really hard, because I don't know why. It's like I kept missing things, I guess, and I don't know, it took me like 7 days to really learn it. Like I thought I knew stuff about it, and then I'd look and say, oh, that's what I'm doing wrong, and then it would just keep happening. And really on the, I think it was the 5th day I started getting a few, and then the 6th day I really got it down, but I wasn't scoring as many, and on the 7th day I was a beast at it. It was quite a cool improvement. But yeah, I'll leave you with the 6th and 7th day as the ending, as like a thing that you can watch for inspiration on you know, how I improved a little bit. And because they're all really good shots, so there's something you can look at and actually sort of say, okay, this is what he did here, so okay, I'm gonna try that. So if you want a bit more, you know, stuff to look at, there you go, and you can just, you know, have a little watch of that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, and also tell me what mechanic I should learn next. Alright, goodbye.